Hi everyone, it's Marta, the business healer. I am here today to talk about 3 ways you are dulling your radiance. So, when I think of radiant people, I think about celebrities like Beyonce, like Michelle Yeoh, like Cate Blanchett, and like Penelope Cruz. So, what do these folks have? What do these people have that maybe we're feeling like we aren't quite at that level yet? So a couple things go into radiance. They say that brides glow from the inside out because they're so happy. And there's a lot of truth to that. And also there are some other things that are a little bit beyond our control that some may argue are bigger factors than other factors. So if we have heard on the television that maybe it's Maybelline, we're actually talking about masking or covering up or using tricks and shortcuts to becoming beautiful. So that might be things that are beyond our control that we're trying to cover up. So what we're going for is true inner radiance. And there is a shortcut to that called energy. And some of the things that are beyond our control might be things like genetics, hormones, our environment, our lifestyle. But today I'm going to talk to you about energy and the ways that we can actually circumvent those things that are dulling our radiance by using the power of energy. So number one thing that you're doing to dull your radiance is not being aware of or not realizing what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're saying, either to yourself or to others, and what you're doing. And what's interesting about this is that when you are not aware of what you're thinking, feeling, saying, doing, acting, you are not conscious as to what you're putting out in the universe. And there is a principle of correspondence, the idea that what's happening inside is also affecting what's happening outside. So as above, so below, as within, so without, however you want to say that. And this is kind of like in reflexology, there is a belief that you in your hand or in your foot, there's actually, if you touch the different parts, they correspond to different parts of your body. The idea is that whatever happens here, if you're massaging this part, the part in your body that is corresponding to that will actually feel relief. So as above, so below, if we're not paying attention to what we're thinking, feeling, saying, or doing on the inside, we're not going to be aware of the results that we're getting. So when we are acting unconsciously, we may not be very radiant. So number 2 is focusing on the negative. And there are a lot of people who are well-meaning, who are wanting to improve things in their lives, and they're focusing just on that 20% or 10% or 5% or 1% that's not going in the way that they desire. And what we do, and this is because of the law of attraction, what we do focus on our energy flows to where our attention goes. So if we're focusing on the negative, we're actually unconsciously activating more negative stuff. So when we are wanting to be radiant, if we're focusing on the negative, we're probably not going to be super radiant on the outside. And again, that's partly because of what's happening inside is also going to have an impact on what's happening outside. The third thing that you're doing to dull your radiance, that again, you may not be aware of, is the idea of not accepting yourself or not appreciating yourself. And this is so important because again, principle of correspondence, if we're at war with ourselves, we have conflict inside, we're beating up on ourselves or we're criticizing ourselves about something that happened, we do not have our power. So we're not able to actually be in our full presence, in our full radiance, and in our full sense of power. And when your inner power and your inner appreciation, your inner self-acceptance is vibrating at a high level, if you are really in tune with yourself and comfortable with yourself, you just have an energetic power that radiates far beyond you. So what do you do if you want to increase your radiance? First thing I would do is look at these 3 things and come up with counter solutions for that. And the ones that I've come up with are list all of the things you want to radiate, or what are the effects you want to get on the outside. What impact do you want to have with your presence, your energy, your work, your thoughts, your feelings, the way you show up? And make a list of the feelings and thoughts, actions and words that match those. when we are thinking about and being intentional about how we want to show up in a space and what we want to say and the impact that we want to create, and we're intentional about our energy, again, where our attention goes, the energy flows. So those are two ways to actually increase your radiance. The third way is take one of these thoughts or feelings or words or actions and practice it once a day or all day for a couple of days. I say 5 days. You can do anything for 5 days, especially if it's just a 2-minute activity. But really practice that, because when we practice, it becomes real. The fourth thing that you can do is I am offering a brand new program called Radiant and Magnetic. This program is all about this kind of work, and it is done in community, it is done in support, and we're gonna do exactly these kinds of activities where we are showing up and we're giving these principles a spin and getting our own experience with it, sharing what we learn, sharing what our experiences are, and getting a level of support from the community and then also from me. If you're curious about the program, I would love to have you join me. It starts tomorrow, January 20th, which is a Saturday. It's an 8-week program, and it's gonna be so beautiful, so supported, and so radiant and magnetic. I cannot wait to do that. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a DM or feel free to leave a comment below. And you can always get to see the program itself at thebusinesshealer.com/radiant. If you have any other questions you want to contact me, reach out at hello@thebusinesshealer.com. Thank you so much, and I will look forward to seeing you there.